Hello, friends, and welcome to our weekly Sunday night streams. How y'all doing? Hello, Steve. Not Wab. We'll wave to you too. Yeah, there you go. That's a very funny typo. Good thing to start the stream off on. How you doing? How is your night going? Because it's like midnight for you. 11 o'clock midnight. I hope you've had a lovely day, a lovely weekend, because it is Sunday, so the weekend is winding down. I've been quite busy, and I will continue to be busy for pretty much the entire rest of the year. So that's fun. I have so much going on. I'm so tired. Been working all weekend, got home from work a few hours ago, got tomorrow off, so I thought I'd hang out. Well, thank you for coming to hang out. It's always a good time having you here. I can't speak English, it's fine. Oh, only the rest of the year? Yeah. Oh, jeez. I was looking at stuff and I'm just like, cool. So I'm not gonna have any time to breathe. We're working on outlining the fun in games and made a Notion page. That's very exciting. I didn't realize until about noon today that tomorrow is not, in fact, October 1st. So I, for context, have not slept well the past couple of nights. And last night was especially bad. So I didn't get out of bed until 10 a.m. today. Normally, even on the weekends, I'm out of bed between like 7:30, 8 o'clock. But today I didn't get out of bed until 10. And then I wasn't like actively doing anything until noon, and then I saw that it was the 29th, and I'm like, oh, tomorrow is still September, so I've got a bunch of stuff that I was going to start on October 1st that I now have to wait another day for, like vlogs and stuff that I was going to start. So that's how things have been for me. Trying to play bingo, filling out my squares. I do get a whole extra day of September. I just don't know what to do with it because so much of what I've got going on doesn't start until October 1st. I was going to start my. Excuse me. I had been overcome by a yawn. Laudnathon starts October 1st, so I was going to pick up my first book for that. I was going to start a writing vlog because I'm finally going to vlog editing the Western novel because I meant to do that this month and just ran out of time completely. I've got other writing stuff that I was going to start like fresh with the new month. And like I could start stuff a day early, but that like feels like cheating, so I'm not going to. So yeah, tomorrow I'll just figure out other stuff, I guess. I could, but the thing is, I have. So my plans for next month are Laudnathon, which I have 4 books to read for, and so I was going to do those first, and then the next book I was going to read is going to be A Dark and Secret Magic, because I'll be doing my vlog for that. And that's like in combination with my traveling, because I'm going up to New England to see my sister, but also because Wallace's book tour. But I don't even know if my copy is going to get here before I leave, because it comes out on the 8th and I leave on the 11th. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm really hoping it comes in time. I got the special edition, but if it doesn't, my boyfriend has offered to buy me the regular hardcover. I wasn't going to do it. I was just going to get the special edition, and then whenever the paperback comes out, get the paperback of the normal cover. But I want to like have a copy to have when I'm up there and like meeting Wallace and everything. So I might have to let my boyfriend buy me a copy. And then I have Spookopoly, is another readathon that's happening, and it's running for the whole month, but because I already have Laudathon and a Dark and Secret Magic going on, I'm like, we're not going to do the Spookopoly. That's what my bingo board is for. I think I shared in... Did I share this in the Discord? I'm not sure. But this is my reading journal spread for October. That's the month. And so it's like a Monopoly board, but with spooky reading prompts. And so I've decided that I'm going to save I was going to do the last 2 weeks of October for that, but I'm like, nah, 13 days is more thematically appropriate. So the last 13 days, I'm going to be doing that. I've got a couple of books for reading challenges and like book clubs and stuff that I'm going to be reading on Everand. And I have my Everand paused for now because I have so many physical reads that I want to get to, so I'm not going to get to those until later on in the month. I have a lot of reading to do this month for vlogs and other things, so it's going to it has to play out in a very specific order. And that's one of the things that I've got going on that has me frazzled, because then I also have writing and life stuff. And also traveling is going to stress me out so much. I love traveling. I'm so excited to see my sister. I'm excited to meet Wallace and Katie, because I think Katie Ann is going to be there. But one of my biggest issues, this isn't relevant anymore. I've gone off on a tangent. One of the things that I hate the most is showering at other people's places. And my boyfriend and I are going to be staying at my sister's apartment for a week. So obviously I'm going to shower. And it makes me cringe so bad. It really, really gets under my skin. I hate showering at other people's places, but I'll be fine. It's going to be okay. But yeah, that's why I can't read tomorrow. That's where the whole tangent comes in, is because I have my entire month of October reading plans figured out already, and it can't start until the 1st for vlog purposes. Excuse me, I've been overcome by a yawn to slap that on a mug. That's fair. The Western novel. I heart her. Yes, she will finally get done. And I've decided, I'm going to be saying this in a couple of days to the vlog, but you get to know early, that... So the biggest issue right now is the POV thing, where it's kind of stuck between third-person omniscient and third-person limited, and I've done so much thinking since you and I talked, Stieg, and I still don't know if I want to go more omniscient or narrow the scope to be more third-person limited. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of both, and I'm going to first draft a couple of scenes that would add to it and make it more towards the third person omniscient. And I'm also going to take some of the scenes I already have that are more omniscient and try and make them more third person limited to see which vibe I like better. And then once I figure out that POV thing, then I'm gonna actually get into edits proper, because I don't want to get into editing and then be actually I want to go this other way with the POVs. So that is the plan for the first week-ish of editing this, because once I figure out the POV, I can then do the other edits that need to happen, which for the most part is not... Once I figure out the POV thing, all I really have to do on this draft is add a ton of description in literally every way, and also rearrange a couple of things to have certain elements and plot stuff come into play sooner than they already do in this first draft. So it's not a lot of hard stuff is going to happen in this. Not a lot of big changes. Or I guess it is big changes, but not a lot of them. If that makes sense. And then I'll get feedback on that, and then we'll see what has to happen in future drafts. But that's my plan for this draft, is to tackle those things. Researching Christmas vinyls. Interesting. I would love to watch you do a reading vlog for Dark and Secret Magic, but that's up to you. I have the regular hardcover, the book crate edition, and an ebook in pre-purchase. Very fair. Gotta support our friends. I'm very excited for Katie's book next year. Like, obviously, I'm excited for Wallace's book. That's what we've been talking about. But I wanted to do it this year, but I ran out of time. So I was planning on doing a Sapphic Summer readathon that would run like the entirety of summer. But now Katie's Sapphic book is coming out next June. So, like, maybe I can incorporate that into my ideas for the Sapphic Summer readathon, assuming I actually have time to run it next year. We'll see. Like I said, I'm very busy and I'm always adding more things to my plate to make myself busier. I'm like a shark. If I'm not doing something, I will die. Thank you. I could read a short story, or I could just chill and actually not chill, but like prepare things for later on. Because I figured out most of my schedule for Vetted, the video every day in December. It's just actually making things like my 25 books to read in 2025 and my reading challenge and stuff like that. I want to like get going so I'm not doing it last minute, you know? I think that definitely the modern take is third person close. Omniscient is more 80s vibe, I feel. Since you're self publishing, it's dealer's choice. Yeah. I personally love an omniscient narrator. I'm not actually picky when it comes to POV. I like have preferences. Like I prefer third person over first person, but it's not like I dislike third person. And like I think I talked about this some other time, but the Diviners does what I really like with omniscient POVs, where it is third person omniscient, but then we really close in on like one person in a particular scene. So it like kind of has its moments of being a very close following, but only for specific situations. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. I think. Unless I write those scenes and realize I hate them and do want to do like third person close just on Madge and Constance. We will see. Potentially. There's like thoughts of doing so. I have to see how this round of edits goes. Because if I can do this round of edits and send it out and get the draft back before the end of the year, to like prep myself for a third draft in January, then I think I would be on like track to publish next year. Because I'm thinking it'll be like an August publication because it takes place in the summer, and I feel like that's a good time for that type of story to go out. So I do have time, but we'll see. I can always push things back if it doesn't work out in time. Yes, exactly. Backhanded compliments is very sapphic summer suitable. I could read some poetry. Um, we'll see what I end up doing. I have been toying with the idea of rearranging my bookshelves, so that might happen tomorrow. I may have had a minor mentee bee the other day and freaked out a little bit about a lot of things and decided I need to change something. And the bookshelves are like the easiest thing to like change and make them feel new. So we will see what happens. Dune is very third person omniscient, and it wasn't my fave. I love a third person close. Get to be inside someone's head as a nosy bitch. It's made for me. See, that's why I like what the Diviners did, where in the scenes where it really matters, you get to be in specific characters' heads, but then you still get the overall picture. Because I feel like my like not dislike, because I don't dislike these POVs, but like my problem with third person limited and first person is that it is limited. And sometimes it suits the story, but sometimes I'm like, wow, I really wish that we could have gotten to see all of these other people's feelings on the thing and like broaden the scope of the story. So Especially in books where like major things happen off page, but you don't see them because the POV character wasn't there. That really grinds my gears. Love organizing, so I fully support this. I'm looking into making a book nook corner in my living room because I hate what it is currently. Understandable, and you have my support. I love a good book nook. Yeah, but why have multiple POVs when you could just have one big POV? Think about that. I gotta take a sip of my water. But yeah, this week working on the Western is going to be dedicated to figuring out what I'm going to do with the POV. And then once I figure that out, I'll start back at the beginning and work my way through changing things. Brain hurts. That's fair. So for timers, because we are here to do sprints, unfortunately, I have decided we're just going to use one timer, and it's going to be this one. This is the Cozy Fall timer from Jess. So if you have any sprint length preferences, let me know. I'm kind of leaning towards longer sprints because I don't know why, just because that's what I'm feeling. I'm watching a YouTube video. I've got my Secret Sleepover Society game VOD to watch. I've got about half an hour left in that. And my only plans really for the evening, because I realized just now that I've been talking a lot about my October plans, but I haven't talked about what I'm working on today. I'm going to do my bullet journal end of the week stuff as always. And then I'm going to be doing um, maybe brainstorming my college romance stuff, or maybe working on those like end of year plans like I mentioned, trying to figure out my it's the reading challenge that I'm going to be doing that I really have nothing for yet. But for my college romance, I've been working in this notebook. You can't see me because this is up. I've got this notebook that my friend got me for Christmas, and I'm like obsessed with it. I started it in the beginning of September because I finished the other story, like brainstorming notebook I had, and I'm already like maybe a quarter of the way into it because I've just been writing so much, and like the lines are narrow so I can get a lot on one page. And I do have some stuff for a different story, but all of this is my brainstorming that I've done for my college romance series. And I've worked through the first book in detail. The second and third book, I know like the major plot points and like the arc progression. And then the fourth and fifth book, I like know the characters and I know the basic gist of it, but I haven't like gone through and actually figured out what happens. So I might do that for book 4 because I'm going in order. And I'm kind of really obsessed with this series, if you couldn't tell. So I might do that. I might do other stuff. We'll see once I finish my bullet journaling for the evening. I mean, we are here to hang out, but we're here to hang out and be productive, unfortunately. 30 to 40 minutes works for me, but I can't promise I won't fall asleep. That's fair. How about we go right in the middle and start off with a 35? My laptop wasn't in the way, so I could fix this. That's that's 40. That's 35. The little chapter bookmark things are so helpful on these timers. And wow, we've been chatting for 20 minutes, so maybe we should get started on this. Yes, 35 is perfect. Okay, I'm glad. So I'm going to press play, and in 35 minutes, if you're not asleep, we can come back and chat more. So I will see you in 35 minutes. Okay, friends, that was the end of the first sprint. How'd that go for y'all? I did, in fact. Oh gosh, I'm yawning again. I swear I didn't yawn a single time during the sprint, and as soon as we come back, I yawn. I did, in fact, do my bullet journal stuff, and then I did absolutely nothing else. So, that's fine. I'll just do stuff in the next sprint, which I think we're gonna do another long one, because I have to feed my cats. And technically, they're supposed to get dinner at 8 o'clock, but I usually end up feeding them sometime between 7:30 and 8, so whatever. They are very insistent at dinner time, so they might come and try and bang down the door at some point. Didn't work on my outline, but I did plan my book nook. Time well spent. 624 centimeters of shelf space. You think I know what a centimeter is? $20.5 feet. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. That's like 4 of me. Right? Because I'm 5'2". I'm so tired. I just tried to do math and my brain did not like it. Yeah, I bet your book nook is going to be lovely. I've decided for. Apparently, I've decided I'm going to yawn again. I've decided for my bookshelf reorganization that I'm going to do it by age category because that's like the only thing I haven't tried before. My first thought was organizing by publisher, and I'm like, maybe no. Because that would be a whole lot of effort, but I've never done by age category, so I'm going to do like middle grade up top, and then the second row is going to be my John Flanagan and Rick Riordan, which is right now at the top. So I'm going to move those down because I feel like those are good middle grade transitioning into YA books. And then we'll do YA and then adult. Well, also new adult. I do have a few new adult books, but besides my own, I don't have a ton. So that'll be like the transition between YA and adult. And then the bottom will still be, you can't even see the bottom, but this other side, this bottom shelf over here where the step stool is, that whole like bottom shelf of that bookcase is my TBR, and that's probably going to stay there because I like that being there. So that is my plan. Did the math on some Bitly bookshelves that add up to 456 centimeters, which means I lack 200 centimeters of shelf space. So I guess I purge. Organized by author last name, like any sane person. My fiction and poetry is going on this shelf. I have my craft books on writing above my desk on a planned shelf, and then my Hobbit collection. Oh wait, there's more. Is going on a shelf that I've planned above the couch. Gotcha. I have done a bunch of different organization methods. Like, I've done vibes, of course. I've done paperback versus hardcover. I've done alphabetically by title and by author's name. I've done sort of rainbow shelves. I've done it where it was series and standalones split apart, and then the standalones I've done in rainbow order just because I didn't want to mix up my series. So I've done that. Obviously, like I said, I've done the split between series versus standalone. This is by genre, even split up into some subgenres. I have to be reorganizing my books every few months because it gets stale. I don't know. So I've done every organization method under the sun. Right now, I have like a small bookcase next to me that I've had for so long. And I have my craft books, and then underneath that I have my poetry, and then underneath that I have my Dover Thrift Editions, which is a certain like publication edition that I collect, along with all of my plays. But I still have an extra empty square that I use for my monthly TBRs, but I don't have to do that because I think I want to take off all of my other like weird stuff from there. So like nonfiction and anthologies and manga. I want to try and fit onto this shelf so that the other one can be just my regular fiction. That's the plan. We'll see if it actually works out though. So many books. Why am I buying more books? That's fair. Yeah, that was when I had way less. Like when I was living at my parents' place, because I was, like a teenager, and I only had like 50 books or something. That was one of my organization methods. Um, when you have very limited space, you have to get creative with things. I remember when I had to double stack shelves when my collection like started really growing, so I would have like books that I like read in the back and the ones I haven't read on the front one, front part of the shelf. I do not miss those days. Grayson, hello. Excitement. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. How's it going? How has life been treating you? Exactly where the hell have you been, Loca? Plays go on my fiction shelf, but it's currently only 2 Shakespeare plays. I have a bunch. Because my Dover Thrift Editions. Hold on, I'm going to take them off the shelf because why not? I have so many that I have to do this in 2 parts. So, I have Dover Thrift Editions that I have in a rainbow on the shelf. And this is a bunch of stuff. Like some of it is plays, some of it's poetry, some of it's stories. I've got a couple of Shakespeare. Yeah, I have Othello and Much Ado About Nothing in this Dover Thrift Edition. I'm gonna have to fix this during the next sprint. And then I have my 2 Tom Stoppard plays because I love Tom Stoppard. So I have Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, which is my favorite play, and I have Waiting for Godot. I have a book on the floor. I don't think I can reach this one. Oh, I can. I have The Rover by Aphra Behn, who is the first woman in England to make a living off of being a writer. And then I have all of my Shakespeares. And I collect many different editions of Shakespeare. So I have Twelfth Night in the Arden Shakespeare. I used to have, I want to say Macbeth. I think I had Macbeth in this edition, and I lent it to my sister and never got it back. And then I have, what edition is this? The Pelican Shakespeare. I have Titus Andronicus and Julius Caesar, and I also have The Merchant of Venice on my TBR shelf in this edition. I think these ones are really pretty. I have these ones are the Signet Classics. I've got a bunch of those. And then I have one extra edition of A Midsummer Night's Dream because it's my favorite, and it's this really cute pink copy. What edition is this? This is the Bantam Classics edition. So I have all sorts of Shakespeare, and I will continue to buy more because I really like Shakespeare. And now I have this. I just messed up my entire shelf just to show off my books because that's who I am as a person. But I have like a little bit of room on that shelf, so I might be able to fit, I don't know. I think my nonfiction would make sense on the shelf with my craft books. And then maybe my anthologies on this shelf. And then manga on the free shelf. I don't know. I'll have to see tomorrow. Grayson's response to where she's been: I've been becoming Jewish, moving, and trying to transition to having a full-time job. Fair enough. That sounds like you've got a lot on your plate, so I'm glad you've had some time to check in with us, though. It's lovely to see you again. Much Ado About Nothing is one of those swanky covers I showed you that one time. Yes, I do remember, and I wrote down the name of the edition somewhere. I don't know where I put that, so I don't remember. But all of this has been thrifted, I think, except for, like, all of my Shakespeare's been thrifted, except for Twelfth Night. I bought this when I was in college because my professor specifically wanted us to have the Arden Shakespeare. The like plastic is peeling up on this. That's gross. I have to confront my sister about having my other Arden Shakespeare. I'll have to do that when I'm up in Rhode Island visiting her, because if she still has it, I'm taking it back. I have Macbeth and Midsummer Night's Dream. Those are two good ones. I only have Hamlet by itself, otherwise I have a mega Shakespeare volume from college. I also used to have the like collected works of Shakespeare, but it was so unwieldy. I'm like, I'm never gonna read it in this edition, so I gave it to a friend, and now I just collect all of these various editions. Grayson's favorites are Twelfth Night and Hamlet. My number one favorite is A Midsummer Night's Dream, and then Hamlet and Twelfth Night are probably 2 and 3, I think. If someone holds me accountable to stream, I will do it again, perhaps on Sundays. Sundays have been working for me. I've been doing the Sunday night, because last year I tried to do Sunday mornings and that did not work for me, but I've been somewhat consistently doing Sunday evenings for pretty much the whole year. Like, I don't do it every single week because sometimes things come up, but more often than not, I feel like I do my streams. Be there if it's within a reasonable European time. I mean, Stieg, you are here though, and it's not necessarily a reasonable European time for you. And Stieg wants to know how Grayson's projects are going. And also, yes, what counts as reasonable to Stieg. Yes, we have established that you do have tomorrow off, which I'm very happy for you. Which happens once a month. I do. I feel like it's different than streaming with people, obviously. Like, it's less pressure in that you're not constantly trying to have a conversation with people and, like, keep that going. But it's also more pressure because then you are the only one there and you have to keep up with things. But, like, if people aren't chatty, you just start a sprint. And if people are chatty, like, you chat. Like, Stieg and I had a 20-minute conversation before we even started the first sprint. So I feel like both streaming alone and with people are fun, but I'm glad that I have my regular streaming by myself. Anything that ends before 4 to 5 p.m. standard American time. Do you mean Eastern? Because there are like 4 American time zones. 5? No. 4. I don't know. But Eastern is the one that most people use, at least on our corner of the internet. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. I'm sorry to hear you're overstimulated. I feel like, no, what am I trying to say? I hope, that's the word I wanted. I hope things are nice and chill for the rest of your evening and you can calm down. Yeah. I said what I said, but yeah, I think it's Eastern. I think there's 4, because California is 3 hours behind New Jersey/Pennsylvania. I'm Googling it. There are 6 time zones, and this says there's 9 time zones. What the heck? Okay, so there's Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. Okay, that's what I thought. But then what are these supposed other ones? Oh, Alaska is in a different time zone, and then Hawaii is in a different time zone. And then they're also counting time zones for places like the American Samoa and other territories. So there's 4 time zones for the continental US, and then Alaska is in a different time zone, and Hawaii is in a different time zone. Interesting. You learn something new every day. I love doing my Tuesday streams with friends. It's like I'm forcing them to hang out with me, and we get to feel productive sometimes. Fair enough. Yeah. I feel that the family party, that will do it for you. 6? 9? I don't know what the other ones are. It said 9, but then it only listed 6 on the website, so something's off there. Mountain Time is what Wallace is in, right? I already forget what order they were in the map. Yeah, Mountain Time Zone is Colorado, but Texas is Central. Okay. That makes sense. And then Eastern Time Zone goes all the way to Indiana and Michigan and half of Kentucky and Tennessee. Gotcha. Why is there this little bit of Oregon that's in Mountain Time Zone? What the entire rest of the state is Pacific. That's stupid. Maybe they're counting summertime, that's fair. Yes, Wallace is Mountain Time. Katie and Grape in Eastern, yeah. Miranda's in Cali time. And Becca's in California, which I feel so bad about whenever we play D&D, because then she has to play. It used to start at 6 a.m., but now we start at 7 a.m. her time, and I'm like, I could not do it that early. That's rough. This is gonna sound very first world of me, but I'm glad that I live in the Eastern time zone because I feel like a lot of things cater to the Eastern time zone. Especially with like putting out the times for when things are happening, I feel like everything is listed in Eastern time, which is great because then I don't have to think or do any math. But then you have things like Critical Role, which is catered to California Pacific time because they live in California. So you win some, you lose some. Yeah, it's New York, baby. Exactly. All right. What say you all that we get going on another sprint? Might have something to do with the stock market. I don't understand stocks. Like, if you ask me what stocks were, I could, like, tell you, but, like, I don't understand. So, I would have no idea about that, though. Yeah. For those who weren't here we are doing the Cozy Fall Timer. Which button do I press? This is the one that I press. And we're just adjusting the times. So if you have requests for certain lengths of times, feel free to put them in. Steeg said earlier 30 to 40 minutes, but he's off to bed. So good night, Steeg. It has been very lovely chatting and having you here. I hope you have a good night's sleep and that your day off is wonderful tomorrow. I'm glad you stopped by. This is coming from my knowledge of movies and not from actual stocks. Fair enough. Don't worry, it will not be a full 60. I was thinking like 40 or 45 because I have to feed my cats within the next 45 minutes, and I usually feed them between 7:30 and 8, but I'm trying to be closer to 8 p.m. because that's technically their dinner time. So, saying goodbyes and good nights. Grayson says longish 45. Bold of you to assume I've ever been sane. That's a mood. So yeah, we can do. Would you rather do a 40 or a 45? Because Lisa said maybe 40 and Grayson said 45, so. Okay, Lisa says 45 is fine. So we can do the 45. I gotta get my laptop out of the way again to find the bookmarks. Is it this one? Yes. So, we've said our good nights to Steeg, and we're gonna start our sprint so that I can pretend to do things, and then maybe actually do things, but mostly just pretend. Um, so we'll come back after these 45 minutes to do some more chatting. Okay, friends. That is the end of sprint number 2. Let me know how that went for you guys. I saw Crystal came and joined us. Hello, friend. How are you today? I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Excuse me, I'm yawning again. I did not do any of the things that I said I was going to do this spring. Well, I did. I did feed the cats. That is the thing I said I was going to do. But I didn't do any of the, like, work things I said I was going to do, like writing and stuff. Because the YouTuber I'm subscribed to uploaded an hour-long video, so I watched the first 36 minutes of it, but that's fine. I'm just gonna watch the rest of it next sprint, and then we'll see what happens. Chill weekend, just wow, wow, and more wow. Fair enough. Lisa read for like 43 minutes, doing well with the book. What book are you reading? I'm not reading anything at the moment because I'm waiting for October 1st to start because that's when my readathon starts and I want to like actually do it. I'm gonna prep this. We're gonna do a 40-minute sprint to end things because we did a 35 and then a 45. Did we do a 45 or a 40 just now? We did a 45. I don't know. We're gonna do one more sprint when we're done chatting. So just so everyone's aware. Where did my mouse go? There it is. The Last Mile by David Baldacci. Interesting. That's a name that I've seen a lot at like thrift stores and stuff, but I've never read any. Ugh. Jeez, I'm tired. And I bet as soon as this stream ends, I'm not gonna yawn anymore. That's always how it is. Okay, yeah, it was a 45. I don't know why for a second there I'm like doubting myself. But thank you for yeah, you know what I'm saying. I also had a Reese's Pumpkin, my first of the season, so that's exciting. It was very good. I put it in the fridge earlier because we had to run out and buy cat food because we forgot to get cat food grocery shopping yesterday, so we just ran to Rite Aid. And of course, I also had to get a soda and some snacks, so I got a Reese's Pumpkin. Grayson had too many Oreos. I know that feeling well. I've been there before. I could have ice cream, but I don't. I don't know if I'm in the mood. I want a snack, but I'm not sure what snack. Tortilla chips? I could have some tortilla chips. I don't know. We'll see. Reese's Pumpkin. No. Reese's Pumpkin. The best shape of Reese's, if I'm being honest. I like the pumpkins the best. I think they have the best ratio. Okay, but anytime there are Oreos, it's so easy to have too many, exactly. You know it's bad when you start scraping the cream off just to eat the cookies. I haven't had Oreos in a while. We've been getting the Chips Ahoy cookies because they've been on sale the past couple of weeks, and so I get the chewy ones for myself, and my boyfriend likes the regular ones. That's what we've been doing. I have also had Nutter Butter recently. I do love me some Nutter Butter. I think they should sell just the cookie part. They've got to out there. Someone, even if it's not like actually Oreos, someone's got to sell cookies that taste like the cookie part. Now I want Oreos. They have dark chocolate Oreos. Interesting. I don't like dark chocolate, but I'm glad that you have something that you're enjoying. They should sell just the cookie. They should also sell just the cream because I'm sure that would also sell. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, like, you can buy icing, but that's not the same as, like, cream filling. It's like icing, but stiffer, maybe is the word I'm looking for. I'm not sure. But you're right. They should. So what's everyone's plans for the week coming up? October is starting. I'm so excited. I was talking to Steeg about this earlier when he was the only one in chat, but for the whole morning today, I thought that tomorrow was October 1st, and it is not. We have a whole other day of September, so uh, that's fun. I get to do stuff tomorrow and not have to worry about my October plans for another day. But I've got a lot of things. I'm starting 2 vlogs on Tuesday because I have a writing vlog and a reading vlog that I want to start at the beginning of the month. So I always have so many vlogs going on at the same time. I try to finish one before I start the other, but like because one's for reading and one's for writing, they like don't really interact. So like they're gonna overlap. Very busy. Crystal's got streaming and writing. Fair enough. I have to message my friend because 2 weeks ago was their birthday where we went to one of those like paint your own pottery things. And they said that they would be done in 2 weeks, and it's officially been 2 weeks. So I want to know if my friend has heard from them saying like we go pick them up. I have to remember to do that tomorrow. It's probably too late now. I mean, it's only 8 p.m. Yeah, I'm gonna message them because I want my mug. I'm very excited for the mug that I painted. Let's see, do I have any other plans for this week? I don't think so. No, it's next week that I've got more things going on. This week it's just more of the same. Alright. I think I'm going to pull up the timer again because I want to finish this video. So we are going to do one more sprint and then come back and do a little chat and say our goodbyes. So you got 40 minutes to do whatever the heck you want. So have fun. Okie dokie, friends. That was the end of our third and final sprint for the evening. Feel free to let me know how that went for y'all. I did, in fact, just watch YouTube the entire time. Not sorry about it. I enjoy just chilling, and several people that I'm subscribed to just put up videos. So I'm like, well, I gotta watch them. Lisa just vibed for 40 minutes. Entirely valid. I am here for vibing. That's pretty much all I did, so. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, Wendy's. Oh, I love Wendy's. I haven't had Wendy's in so long because there's like none in a good distance. I think the closest Wendy's is like 25 minutes away, and I feel like that's just like it's doable, but it's a little bit too far. And no one ever delivers food correctly where we live because we're like at the top of a one-way street, like at the top of a hill, and so like people get lost all the time. We have a snippet from Grayson. Chapter 29 of Project Fae starts with, "It's difficult to carry a stack of towels naturally when one knows there's a dagger between them." You have my attention. I am intrigued. That's a really good line. I like that a lot. Crystal's gonna be hanging out in the bed, except that means I have to make the bed first. Yeah, that's annoying. I hate making the bed. I don't really have to do much to make the bed because we don't use like a top sheet or a comforter or anything, so it's really just like straightening up the pillows and blankets, but like it's still annoying. Usually I kind of just push the blankets off to the side and pretend they don't exist. My least favorite task lately has been washing the dishes. I don't know what it is, but like obviously there's always dirty dishes, but recently it just feels like all the dishes are dirty all the time, and I'm like washing 2 or 3 sinkfuls of dishes every day, and I'm like, how do we have this many dirty dishes? It's just been really getting under my nerves. I tried to say on my nerves and under my skin at the same time. It's really been bugging me, the dishes. I hate it. I hate it so much. But also, I'm very particular, and it's not that I don't trust Jacob to wash the dishes correctly. It's just I feel so much better knowing that I'm the one that washed them and that they're like really clean, you know? Yeah, that makes sense. Got a new mattress cover. I get you. And the yawning has become unstoppable, so I think it is time we close things out. So, Crystal's streaming tomorrow at a time 10 a.m. question mark. That's the time you stream, right? And then I'll be back again next Sunday. Tomorrow is also going to be the Nostalgia Train book club discussion for Sisters Grimm, but I don't know what time yet. So just stick around and find out. Go to the Nostalgia Train Discord. Violet will probably post about it when she wakes up in the morning because I said I'm free anytime, so it's just whenever works best for her. It is in fact 10 a.m. when Crystal is streaming. I will do my best to be there because I can never make it to your Sunday streams. But tomorrow, I don't have a ton going on, so I should probably set that up. Yeah, that's fair. I have to set up my Sunday streams for October. I meant to. Oh my god, I have the hiccups. I meant to do that, and then I just didn't. I want to make a new thumbnail though because Laudnathon is in October, so I want it to be like themed after that. So I'll probably do that once I shut all this down and go chill in the bed for a while, waiting for Jacob to come to bed. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Oh my god, I know. The fact that you have to go in and like do a new stream every time, it just be like recurring. It's so annoying. Laudathon is the readathon that I'm hosting next month. There is an announcement video. Hold on, I can pull it up. You guys get to hear the clicky clacky of my keyboard a little bit. View your channel, videos, this one, and share. Copy link. Paste. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's to celebrate the release of the new novel set in the Critical Role world. So there are 7 reading prompts and 6 activity prompts. You can like double up on stuff. So like I'm only reading 4 books for the thing, and one of them is the group book, which doesn't fit any of the prompts. So the book that we're actually celebrating the release of, at least as far as I know, doesn't fit any of the prompts that I made, which is my bad. But like I managed to find 3 books to fit the other, like all 7 prompts. Yes. And the activities are ones that I'm very excited for. So, it's gonna be exciting. Yeah, the same day as Wallace's book. I have been thinking of like, oh, I should probably like message you and everyone to be like, hey, do you want to do the book chat with me? So I did mean to message you. I was going to do it sometime this week. If you are going to get the book and read it, if you would like to join the chat. I feel like Wallace is going to be too busy at the end of the month because she's got book stuff and traveling going on. I think she said she's traveling like all of October and into November. So that's sad, but we'll see. I will. We'll figure things out. We have a whole month. The chat's not till the end of October. Yay, I'm glad. Yes, I'm going to make my thumbnail and set up my streams once we're gone. And then chill for the rest of the night. Cool. I'm glad I've got that settled. I am gonna go now. Ooh, exciting. I'm gonna click all the buttons, and I'll see you hopefully during Crystal stream tomorrow. Bye!